Alrighty, I'm back. I am back, baby. All right, who's in the chat that was with us over there on the other stream? Say, what's up? And I want you to comment it exactly how I just said it, okay? So if you were with us over on the stream, I want you to kind of interpret that however you want to and put it into word form, okay? We just did a rookie mock. Let's see if I can show you guys. Here we go. Let's see. What's up? J-Stump. I'm not typing that. This is the rookie mock that we just did over there, so you can see the results. Who's doing rookie mocks this week? Has anyone done any yet? Is anyone about to do some rookie mocks? Who's in that season right now? I mean, I assume a lot of people are, but still some leagues do prefer to wait until, let's say, you know, July or whatever the case may be to do their rookie mocks. So I guess it depends on your league. But who's over there? And as you guys are making your way into the stream, show your boy some love and drop a like.
You like that? You like that?
You like that? Someone asked the other day, what does my like really do? And your like just helps us grow as a channel. Helps us grow the community, helps us grow as a channel, helps us reach more people. So thank you so much for your support. All right, so what's up in the chat? Gator says, sorry, Zach, I had my names all out of whack there. I meant, what do you think about going for either Cade Otton or Cole Turner in the 5th? Love Cole Turner, and I'm so excited that we were able to draft him. I think I would lean Cade Otton, but Cole Turner is actually my tight end 6 in the draft right now. And expect those rankings to be released over on Patreon here soon. So yeah, I'm a big Cole Turner fan, but I would go Otton because the situation is pretty good. Sasha says, I'm trying to hop into the mock. Yeah, I mean, join the Discord. Everyone gets a chance. What's up, Casey? Kyle says, actually had my rookie draft today. How'd you go, Kyle? J Stump says, a lot of smoke screen is going to happen in my rookie draft between 103 and 107. Chris says, no, I think I'll do the draft. All my leagues are drafting next weekend. Love it. Calder says, like helps with outreach and being put on explore pages. Absolutely. Really appreciate all the likes. If you have yet to drop one, would appreciate that support if you could. Chris says, I have the 103, 104, 105. No idea what to do. I mean, if Kenneth Walker's there, I would take him with one of those picks. And then I personally would go double wide receiver, whether that's Burks or Jameson Williams or London or Olave, Garrett Wilson. That's what I would do if I were you. But, all right, I need to make a new draft, a startup draft. So let's go ahead and change this. Let's say startup. For us, it is actually the 2nd of May because we're in the future. Put 60 seconds on the clock. And if you're looking at these are actually the rosters that we use for our follower leagues. So if anyone is interested in our follower leagues, if you want to play in a Dynasty league with myself, with my co-host, with our community, we have 6 spots left in our most recent startup, which is the golf league. And that's kind of the settings that we use there. A little bit more bench spots. If I hit refresh, we should be able to see this here. Awesome. Okay, I'm going to grab the 11 spot, and I'm going to copy this link. Now, if you want to join today's mock draft, it's actually relatively easy, okay? All you got to do is join the Discord, the Discord, which is in the chat. I'll paste the Discord in the chat. It's also in the description. It's the first link that's in the description of this video. So join the Discord. That is step 1. Now, if we hit 100 likes on this stream, which is probably unlikely, I will either take your mom out to dinner or go Super Saiyan on stream. If you guys don't know what Super Saiyan is, you don't want to see me go Super Saiyan. Who am I? SB says, off topic, but I'm considering a deal that includes trading Diggs, Andrews, and the 211 for Lamb and Kittle. I want to know what you think about Kittle's long-term and short-term value. I think I'm probably going to stick with Diggs and Andrews. Yeah. I think I'm sticking with Diggs and Andrews. I'm not scared of Kittle long term, but I think Andrews, man, he's about to step into like 150 targets again this year. And we don't really know what Kittle's going to look like with Trey Lance as a starter. You know, will there be reliability there for George Kittle? I'm not sure. And Diggs signing that 5-year contract, I think it makes sense to get younger at wide receiver, but I don't want to make that move right now personally. Kyle says grab Burks and Olave with the 105 and the 108. Well done. Really great draft. Nice. I figured Walker and 2 wide receivers. Yes, sir. This is Superflex Calder. Kyle says also grab Dameon Pierce at the 205. I'm okay with that. Yep, the ADP is updated for sure. Chris says, if anyone has ever watched Razorback football, I see a really good resemblance in play style between Willis and the Arkansas quarterback. I think this could be a great pairing in a couple years. Love it. Yeah, what's that guy's name? Is it Jefferson? Is his name Jefferson? I watched a lot of his film this year because I was watching Treylon Burks. What's that? SB says, I look like Kenny Pickett. Do I look like Kenny Pickett? What do you guys think? Let's find a picture of Kenny Pickett. Let's see, where's his face? Do I look like Kenny Pickett at all? What do you think? Do I look like Kenny? I think I actually kind of do look a little bit like him. Like, would it be a surprise if I was like, he could be my brother or something? Yeah, but Kenny Savage would be a cooler name. My last name's Savage, so I mean, Pickett's all right, but I mean, you know. Yeah, shout out to Kenny. That's my brother. Hey, man, just whenever you want to send a cool mill over my way, whenever you sign that, you know, that rookie deal, you can send a cool mill my way. Just hit me up, DM me. But we are doing a Dynasty Startup draft, so I'm going to go ahead and copy the link and paste it into the Discord. Link to join today's mock draft. And can I say, if you were able to get into most of the links, most of the mock drafts this week, maybe just take a day off, let some other people try and get into this mock draft, and just watch, you know, and take inventory of this one. I know it's hard for some people to get in, so let's try and consider everyone if we've been able to get into a bunch. But also, please don't be the guy to harass us if you're not able to get in. It's just going to happen sometimes. So I would appreciate everyone, you know, just good vibes only. Here comes the link. And we are actually three members away from 500 people in our Discord, which is awesome. But here comes the link. So that's going to fill up relatively quick. Alan says, your doppelganger is definitely the Shaun of the Dead actor. J Stump says, yeah, not going to lie, there's a bit of Pickett. Calder doesn't know. Casey says, with the helmet on, you may pass. Kyle says, a little bit. Could definitely pass as related. I got to buy a Steelers jersey for us to all really know. I will not be buying a Steelers jersey. All right. Shout out to everyone who was able to make it into the mock draft. Again, this is a Dynasty SuperFlex startup draft. There will be 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, 2 flexes, and a super flex. This is not tight end premium. And this is the same format that we use for our follower leagues. We currently have 6 spots open in our most recent startup league. So if you would like to join, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/fantasylandfam. I just pasted it in the chat. You can also get access to our rankings. You can get access to a DM where you can ask us for advice. You get access to a weekly live stream for Patreon members only, which will start next week again. There's a bunch of other things I can't think of off the top of my head, but if you are interested, check that out. Otherwise, here we go. 60 seconds on the clock, and I will turn the sound off for now until these quarterbacks kind of start to go off the board. Because for whatever reason, whenever a quarterback goes off the board, it makes this really annoying sound. So that's what we'll do for now. How's everybody's day? What'd you get up to? What was the best thing you did and the worst thing that you did today? Let me know. Kyle says, my wide receiver core in the league I drafted for today is now Chase, Devonta, Waddle, Olave, Debo, Burks, and Corey Davis. That's nasty, bro. Calder says, did the join draft button glitch for anyone else? Excited to watch regardless. Could be. But hey, guys, 30 people watching the stream. If you don't mind, show your boy some love and drop a like.
You like that? You like that?
If you like that, help the content creators of the world. That just helps us reach more people, reach their explore pages, help grow the page. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for the love. Okay, so Josh Allen goes, and then Patrick Mahomes. No surprises here. You know, this shouldn't really be surprising. Then Herbert. This is how I feel like most of your startup drafts are going to end up being. Allen, Mahomes, Herbert. Now, in the Foxtrot League, I believe I made a trade for the 104. I'm probably going Kyler Murray or Joe Burrow there. We'll see. I'm also open to trading out from the 1-4 to the 1-5 or the 1-6 if anyone wants to lock up Joe Burrow. There goes Kyler Murray as well and Lamar Jackson. So 6 quarterbacks, 7 quarterbacks to start this draft. And now we will see, obviously, some positional players. We'll probably still see a couple quarterbacks in the first. But this is typically where that gap starts to form. Quote Nation says, church softball practice was the best thing. Love that. Did you hit any homers? G Money says, I have the 103 in my rookie draft. Hall and Walker off the board. Which wide receiver should I take? I would be going Treylon Burks there personally. That's who I would be spending the pick on, but I've said this before. I really think there's 5 wide receivers, rookie wide receivers, that could be going as the first wide receivers off the board. That list includes Burks, London, Jameson Williams, Olave, Garrett Wilson. So all 5 of those guys are in a similar tier. Hey. Okay. Okay, Mike Bacon. You friends with Kevin Bacon? What's up, brother? Okay, so Chase goes off the board. I'm surprised Dak went before Justin Jefferson, but if you want to lock up the quarterback, that makes sense. And now I feel like I probably can't pass up on the value of Jonathan Taylor here at the 111. I do like starting my drafts with wide receivers, but if JT is there, no doubt I'm going to be drafting him here at the 111. I think he's the best player available on the board. Duncan says, I just got into the video. Is this tight end premium? This is not tight end premium. It is a normal SuperFlex draft. Jay Stump says, yeah, Sleeper got to change these draft sounds. I'm losing my mind hearing. Wow. Yeah, I feel that. Chris says, worst watch. My C's lose to the Bucks. Best got to see Ja almost beat the Dubs. I'm surprised that the Celtics lost to the Bucks. Aren't they missing Chris Middleton? Celtics just manhandled the Nets, and I really wanted to see the Nets go far. But Jason Tatum, man, he just took that next step, didn't he? So we'll see what Corey does here at the 12. I think I've drafted next to Corey before as well. Wow. Do we talk about Bauer's suspension possibly correlating over to Watson? No, I think I DM'd someone about this. Might have been you, Alan, but for me, I did see the suspension over there in the MLB, but I don't know, man. Historically, I mean, we've seen players. I think Deshaun Watson will probably get suspended, but I don't think it's for 2 years or for 1 year. I think it will be for half the season. We're probably seeing an 8-game suspension for Deshaun Watson, if I had to guess. You know, the NFL really cares about money, so I'm not so certain that they would pass up on the chance for all their TV deals to make more money for them. So, all right, I'm gonna go Russell Wilson here at the 2-2. I don't feel good about any of the quarterbacks that are gonna fall to me. Might be a little bit of a reach. I don't care. I don't want to start my draft with Mac Jones or Tua as my quarterback 1. It's just not a place where I want to be. Rappin' Dog says, just had a 1 quarterback rookie draft and had 1-2 and 1-6. Took London and Olave. I think that's a great draft, man. Well done. All right, so we see Javonte Williams off the board at the 2-5 and DeAndre Swift. All right, guys, how do you now feel? I remember when the Melvin Gordon news hit, everyone was freaking out. And the one thing I said was I kind of expected Melvin Gordon to, I kind of expected the Broncos to get a running back in the draft. So that's, in my opinion, it didn't really impact me all that much. I'm curious how we're now feeling. Is everyone okay? Have we, have we calmed down a little bit? I'll try and find the tweet that I sent out on that day. I said, Javonte Williams owners are panicking on Melvin Gordon re-signing with the Broncos, but let me ask you this. Did we not expect the Denver Broncos to draft the running back for depth anyways? I said, don't panic. This offense will be explosive. Javonte season is still here. So I'm curious what you guys think, but to be honest, if it wasn't going to be Melvin Gordon, it could have been a Dameon Pierce, right? It could have been a Isaiah Spiller. It could have been any one of these rookie running backs. So I think there's still reason to believe in Javonte Williams as a top 5 running back in my eyes. All right, there goes Swift, Cooper Kupp at the 2.7, and then Breece Hall at the 2.8. So Breece is the running back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 off the board. Wow. I think you can make a case for him there. Where are you guys drafting Breece? Are you taking... Yeah, I think maybe this is where you start to consider him. I don't know if I want to take him... Who's the wide receivers on the board? It's a tough conversation, man. It's a really tough conversation there. JR says, I'm late to the party. Hey! Okay, Matthew. Okay. Hit the get. Thank you for the sub, bro. I appreciate you. We're actually 5 subscribers away from 1,500, which is crazy. So if you have yet to subscribe, drop that sub if you like the content. JR says, I'm late to the party, but albeit fashionably. That's actually a very underrated comment. Welcome. Matthew says, just got Walker at the 103 and Burks at the 106 in my draft. Still have the 112. Hey, really well done, man. Really well done. Walker at the 1-3 feels like exactly where he should go, or, really good value. And then Burks at the 106 feels like a huge steal. So I would say well done. Well done. Dante says Jalen Hurts is quarterback 1 tier now. I definitely feel better about drafting Jalen Hurts because I think the Eagles have kind of taken themselves a little bit out of contention for the 2023 class. They still have the multiple firsts, but they're both going to be late firsts. But I still don't know how long I can really bank on Jalen Hurts. So to me, he's kind of right outside that tier 1. Well, if we're actually looking at my tiers, it's a little bit different, but. So Trey Lance, Dak Prescott, Justin Fields, Russell Wilson, and Matthew Stafford are all in my tier 3. My tier 4 includes Trevor Lawrence, Tua, Mac Jones, Jalen Hurts, Derek Carr, Aaron Rodgers, and Zach Wilson. So I think I still put him in that same tier of player. But I know a lot of people disagree with me on that. All right, so CMC off the board. I like the Stafford pick. Then we see Mark Andrews. I'm not so certain I want to spend this high on Mark Andrews, but I respect it. He's going to have a ton of work this year. Sorry, I've been talking so long. I was just trying to recover from my nasal problems. All right, A.J. Brown at the 212, and then Jalen Waddle. And then we see DK Metcalf off the board. Catching up with the chat. I thought he was a steal at the 105. Burks is definitely a steal at the 106. Agreed. Rappin' Dog says, also, are we doing more startup mocks? This will be the last startup mock for today. I did a rookie one earlier. You can check that out later. I also am now doing a startup mock. But yeah, this will be the last one for today. Last one for today, y'all. 39 people watching. Hey, if you don't mind dropping a like, show your boy some love. And the only reason I ask for that is because it just helps us grow the channel, helps us reach more people, get on more explore pages. As a small content creator, that would mean a lot if you could do that for us. And we'll see what Vaughn does here. Wow. Okay. I think it's a little early for Diggs there. I'm not so sure I would take Diggs that early. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a little early for Diggs. Not too early, but I'm definitely taking T. Higgins over Diggs. Look, if you're trying to build a win now team, I'm not gonna hound you on it. But yeah, feels a little early there for me. Dante, sorry, I'm just catching up. G Money, London or Burks? I'm torn. I don't think there's a wrong answer, but I would lean towards Burks. I like the quarterback stability a little bit more there. They're both in very iffy quarterback situations, but Ryan Tannehill is a little bit more reliable than Marcus Mariota, in my opinion. So I think they both have great opportunities. I like Burks better as a talent, as a prospect, so that's where I'm leaning. Dante says, what do you think about Kyler Murray in redraft standard leagues? With D-Hop coming back healthy and Hollywood Brown now, Kyler Murray, I mean, he's one of those players who always has a chance to finish as the quarterback one every year in redraft. Kyler Murray, the rushing upside, the weapons around him, the arm that he has, he always has a chance to finish as the #1 quarterback in fantasy every year until maybe something changes. But if I'm looking at people for the next 5 years who have a chance to finish as quarterback one, it's Allen, it's Mahomes, it's Murray. I think Herbert will consistently be like a top 3 guy. I'm not sure he has quarterback one upside. So, and Lamar is also in that category. All right. There goes Trevor Lawrence, Deebo Samuel, Jalen Hurts, Tyreek Hill, Joe Mixon, and Justin Fields. Wow. I can't believe Justin Fields fell that far. But he did, and here we are. Yeah, that's a big fall for Justin Fields there. Okay. Eckler's on the board, Dalvin's on the board. Don't really want to go running back there. Is there a quarterback? I feel like I'm reaching on quarterback here. So why don't I take a wide receiver? Let's see. I'm gonna take Treylon here. I'll start the run. Probably a little bit too early, but I know that I have back-to-back picks, so I'm going to offset that risk with a more solidified wide receiver here in a second. So I know it's a little bit too early, but there's multiple veteran wide receivers that I want to add with Burks, and I'm okay with him, but Burks is the one that I wanted to secure before the edge. Duncan says, yeah, I was iffy about taking Andrews, but I have to believe he goes nuts without Brown for sure. Kyle says, I forgot to add Higgins to my wide receiver core from earlier. Jeez, Kyle, you're doing very well. Jay Stump says, I do think Fields will fall a bit in drafts since he really didn't get much help from the draft. Sucks the Bears hate Pickens and Sky. Yeah. Really didn't make sense what they did in the draft. That is very fair. Buy Apple Pie says, worse weapons than last year, and he didn't look great. Has me worried for Fields. I think he will improve. We already saw him improve last year, and it wasn't a great situation. So I do think he's going to improve. I'm happy to take Jalen Hurts anywhere in the early third round. So I do think he's being underdrafted. Burks goes. There goes Devontae Adams. Let's see what happens next. JR says, I'm at the 104 in our rookie draft. Need a quarterback too. Have Daniel Jones. But is that too early for non-Pickett? Yeah, that's way too early if you're not getting Pickett. I think you can justify Pickett there at the 104 if you need a quarterback. But there's no way in rookie drafts I am spending the 104 on Malik or Ritter or Corral. It's not worth it, man. They're not going to be more valuable next year than some of these wide receivers, in my opinion. Alan says, already know who you want with the next wide receiver. I'd steal him in front of you with one of them back-to-backs. Yes, sir. Okay, there goes Drake London. Chris Godwin was a wide receiver I was hoping would fall. I'm not sure if, you guys probably know that by now. I'm pretty high on Chris Godwin. So I'm pretty happy to offset that risk with a wide receiver that I'm fairly confident in. Alan knew. All right, guys, 65 people watching the stream. Thanks so much for hanging out. If you're here, you obviously love Dynasty Football. You love it just as much as our community. So consider subscribing. I think we are 5 subscribes away from 1,500, which is awesome. You guys have been so cool helping us grow this channel. And if you don't mind, consider dropping a like, supporting the show.
You like that? You like that?
If you like it. If you don't like the content, you know, you can comment, just be like, dude, you're an egghead. Some people said I look like Kenny Pickett earlier. What do you think? Comment. And do I look like Kenny Pickett? I think he's got a much better head than me. Head of hair. Help. There goes Deontay Johnson. And there goes Austin Eckler at the 4-4. And there goes Kenneth Walker. Yeah, I was considering Kenneth Walker, to be honest, at one of these picks, but I already have Jonathan Taylor, so I just don't feel like it's necessary for me to go running back. But I don't think that's too early. A lot of people are going to tell you that's too early. I don't think it is. That makes Kenneth Walker the running back 9. Yes. Hey. Okay, Jerry. I love it. I love it. Jerry says Zachary Pickett. Rice Cake says, yo, I need real help. I'm rebuilding an orphan team. No running backs. Superflex. My 5 pieces are Dak, Trevor Lawrence, Tyreek, AJ Brown, Gabe Davis. I'll be honest, Rice Cake Randy, there's a lot of picks there. There's a lot of conversations that I could have. I'm probably not going to be able to help you break down your entire team here while we're doing this mock draft. You know, we do offer one-on-one advice over there on Patreon, which you absolutely have no pressure to sign up to, but I don't think I'm going to be able to break down your entire team here on stream. You said I was offered Javonte for a 107 and a 23 first. No, that's an overpay. That's an overpay for Javonte in my eyes. So I probably would say no. Do you know where that 2023 first is going to be, though? And yeah, it's hard to say where that 23 first is going to go. Zachary Pickett, Jerry says. Kyle says, I made some really good trades in that league. Like Kamara for JT and 2 first. Wow. Before JT's rookie year, and Galladay for Debo while Kenny was in Detroit. Well done. All right, so if that 23 first is from 10 to 12, then I don't know. I mean, you can't really predict where next year's picks are going to be. But if you told me right now that it's the 107 and the 112 in next year's class, then I probably am gonna lean Javonte, but we just don't know that. JR says, hard for me to justify Walker there. Seattle has proven to split first, second down pass and pass catchers. I agree, but the NFL is changing. First and second down backs are going to be more valuable, I think, in our eyes in Dynasty here soon. There's going to be way less true workhorse running backs. The future of the NFL, guys, there's going to be way less workhorse running backs. There's going to be way more duos. That's just how it's going to be. And I think we can even see that with the free agency market. These running backs are getting paid nothing compared to what they were getting, not too long ago. So for me, I absolutely love the landing spot for Kenneth Walker. I'm not worried about Rashad Penny. He'll play a factor, of course, but there's no long-term threat, and that's an offense that their entire identity is built around the run game. I mean, think about Chris Carson's best seasons. That's what we'll probably get from Kenneth Walker in these next 5 years. It might not be year 1, but I think it's a fantastic pick. Rod says, hola, gents. Dynasty trade, 1 quarterback. I'm being offered Devonta Smith, 109 and 2022 and a 3rd round for 2023 for my Michael Pittman. Oh, gosh, this is a lot to figure out right now. Michael Pittman, 2 23 seconds, a 1st in 2024. Should I accept? Okay, you're sending away Devonta Smith and the 109 for Michael Pittman. 223. No. The Michael Pittman side has more value. The Michael Pittman side has a lot more value. Yeah, there's a lot more value on the Michael Pittman side. All right, so we see DJ Moore, Garrett Wilson, Scary Terry McLaurin off the board along with Elijah Moore. Aaron Rodgers falls to the 410. Michael Pittman to the 411. Tua to the 412. I think that feels better. Tua's ADP feels a lot better there than when we were taking him early second round. There goes Cam Akers, Devonta Smith. Jamison Williams goes off the board at the 5-3. So that makes him the 4th wide receiver off of the rookie class. There goes Jerry Jeudy. Rice Cake says, thanks for the help, man. Sorry to throw you off. You're all good. You're all good. I hope that helps. Yeah, I hope that helps. JR says, no way, Randy. Don't go there. Keep Javonte. Rice Cake says, I'd be getting him JR. Trying to keep up with the chat. Kyle says, NFL is pushing for excelling at specific skills and running back instead of average at skill. There are a few exceptions. Who is your other running backs, Randy? All right, you guys are talking to each other. I love it. All right, Jerry Jeudy off the board at the 5-4. Travis Etienne at the 5-5. Get the get. Hey, okay, Casey. Thank you for the sub, brother. Hey, guys, we are now 3 subs away from 1,500. So, if you're here, maybe an algorithm brought you, and you like Dynasty, or maybe you're just a lurker. I've been a lurker on a lot of pages, and you haven't dropped a sub yet, consider doing it today. Help us get to 1,500. And if you want to show some more love, go ahead and drop a like for your boy. Let's see if we can get to, 35, 40 likes with the amount of people watching. You should be able to help us do that. All right, Etienne, by the way, feels like really good value at the 5-5. It's kind of making me reconsider taking any running back in the 4th round if I can get Etienne in the 5th. I really like that value. Dalvin Cook over J.K. Dobbins. I don't know, man. I think I'm still going J.K. Dobbins there. Give me J.K. Dobbins over Dalvin Cook. I think J.K. Dobbins is a huge winner from the NFL draft. A lot of people were worried that they were going to add one of these impact running backs, and they didn't. So I think he's a huge winner there. There goes Mac Jones and Zach Wilson. Kyle says, I used to be a big-time lurker on people's channels. Yeah, that's a real place. Justin says, yeah, I messed up my last 2 picks. Don't worry, man. It happens. All right, what are the quarterbacks on the board here? I feel like I'm reaching again, so I'm probably not going to grab a quarterback here. How about running backs? Any running backs that I love? Hard to say I'm in love with any of these running backs. I am in love with Chris Olave, so I'll probably consider him here. There's a lot of wide receivers that I love on the board here. Yeah, man. I'm not obsessed with any of these running backs at this point, and not obsessed with any of the quarterbacks either. All right, well, Olave is the one pick I really like here. There's probably 12 players I could draft with my next pick, so we'll see. So we will see. I was definitely hoping that Mac Jones, Zach Wilson, or Derek Carr was going to be available here at the 5-11. I can't pretend I wasn't. I definitely had hope that they would be there, one of those 3, and then they all went off the board. I mean, Jay Stump is killing this draft, by the way. Somehow Justin Fields falls to the 310. And you still got Justin Jefferson, Kyle Pitts, and Deontay. I'm not a big Deontay Johnson fan. I probably would take someone else, but really, really well done so far. I like it. JR says, what do you guys think of Callaway this season with Jamaica? What does that mean? I could be missing something. I could be missing something. Rod says, sorry for the confusion. The Dynasty trade is I'm getting Devonta Smith, the 109. Yeah, I would still keep the Pittman side there, Rod. Corey says, I was offered Mahomes and Debo for Hurts, AJ Brown in the 101. Which side do you think? Mahomes and Debo for Hurts, AJ Brown in the 101. So this is interesting because Mahomes is by far the most valuable thing in that trade. And I don't really want to bet on Debo long term. That's the issue. Could you get a different player other than Debo? Or could you completely take out Debo in the 101 and just make the offer Mahomes for Hurts and AJ Brown? Because I would take Mahomes in that situation. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's a hard one to answer. All right, there goes Kittle. You know what? My next pick is in, some like 20, 22 picks away. So I'm going to go ahead and take my brother here, Kenny Pickett. Welcome to the squad, brother. Welcome to the squad. You are my quarterback too. I love the landing spot that you found yourself in. So welcome to the team. And don't let me down, brother. Don't let me down. I knew that if I waited on quarterback, I mean, it's about to get really bad here at quarterback, guys. Still a couple options, but about to get really weak. Yeah, Jameis, Callaway is interesting. Callaway is interesting. I just think Callaway's upside is so limited. There will be like 2 games this year where Callaway has like 25 points, and then the rest he'll have like under 3. So, Marquez Callaway, he's an interesting talent, but with Olave coming in, I'm just not certain that he's really going to get priority over Olave or Michael Thomas. Yeah, Kittle over Kelsey. That is interesting. To be honest, I'm still not taking a tight end this early. But I don't think Kittle over Kelsey is the wrong move. Do you guys think that's the wrong move? I probably am taking Kittle over Kelsey. Especially if I'm not a win now squad. All right, so we see some RBs off the board. Gibson at the 6'3", Henry at the 6'4", Say, and then Alvin Kamara all off the board there in the 6th round. Corey says, would you trade Jonathan Taylor for the 102 and a projected early to mid 23 first? No, I would not. You're not getting proper value for Jonathan Taylor there. In a 1 quarterback league, I feel like Jonathan Taylor is worth even more than a Superflex league. And I've seen trades where Jonathan Taylor goes for multiple firsts. I'm talking 3 first-round picks plus players. So, no, I definitely wouldn't sell Jonathan Taylor for that. I think you can get much more if you want to sell him. All right, there goes St. Brown at the 6'7". So Jameson Williams goes at the 5'3", and then we see St. Brown at the 6'7". Kelsey is getting old, that's true. Kenneth says, just traded Dobbins, Devonta, 106 and 204 for the 101 Elijah Moore Kareem Hunt. Dobbins, Devonta, the 106 and the 204 for the 101 Elijah Moore and Kareem Hunt. I think it's relatively even value. Devonta Smith, his upside is going to be pretty limited as long as Jalen Hurts is the quarterback, especially with AJ Brown coming in. I mean, it's hard to see consistency for Devonta Smith now. He's going to be good. He's a great talent, but he'll be limited. I'm not so certain what I would do there. I think I would go 101 Elijah Moore. It's close, though. JR says, seems like Callaway's going to start at X. Valid point, though. I'm going to keep him as my wide receiver 4. Callaway is one of those guys where I kind of just want them to be on my bench. Let's just see what happens. I'm not really excited about the upside, but stay on my bench and we'll see what happens, Elijah says, would y'all trade Mike Evans and James Conner for DK? I personally would do that in a heartbeat. Other people might not. They might not believe in DK, and because of the connection that he's going to probably have with Drew Lock. But DK as a talent, if he was coming out in this year's draft, he would be the first wide receiver taken, in my opinion. So I still view DK as an elite dynasty asset. And to me, if Russell Wilson was there, it would be a no-brainer to take DK. Quarterback situations change all the time. So for me, I am going to be taking DK there. Duncan says, yeah, for reference, my one quarterback league last year, JT went for Aaron Jones, AJ Dillon, and 2 firsts. Yep. Kyle says, Smith has to hope Brown gets a lot of double coverage. JR says, taking Devonta, playing X should free him up to get more targets in space on the run. It should, but, I mean, still, we're talking about an offense that, you know, Jalen Hurts is not necessarily... He's good for their team, and he's going to get them a lot of wins. But as far as being a reliable source for my fantasy wide receiver, Jalen Hurts is not really the guy I want to be the quarterback of my fantasy wide receiver. I said this before, but if you look at Devonta Smith's splits last year, 6 games under 3 points. Or it might be under 4. And then there are 5 games where he hits 19. It's like the inconsistencies. Let's think about it. I mean, even when it was only Devonta Smith in there, every week, guys, we were asking the question, should we start Devonta Smith or not? And I don't think it's going to get better now for Devonta Smith. It's going to be pretty rough. All right, Amari Cooper, Nick Chubb. I think that is really early for Zeke. That feels real early for Zeke there. But that's just my opinion. There goes Christian Watson off the board. Josh Jacobs, I like the value. Marquise Brown, Davis Mills, Mike Evans, David Montgomery, and then TJ Hawkinson. At the 7-5, I feel okay with that. Hey. Okay, Austin. All right, Austin. Thank you for the sub, brother. Appreciate you. All right, guys. We have officially hit 1,500 subs. So thank you so much for the support over the last, I think we started this channel about 3 months ago. So huge love for the support. It's funny because we have a redraft channel as well, and it took us so long to get to 1,000 subscribers. And then this Dynasty channel, I think we just found people who love Dynasty, who are obsessed with Dynasty, and it happened really quick. So thank you guys so much. If you want to check out our redraft channel, I'll paste that link there in the chat. Okay. Dalton Schultz. I think it's too early for Dalton Schultz. This might be an example of the tight ends going off the board and then now someone panicking to grab a tight end. There's no way Dalton Schultz should be going here with the talent still on the board, guys. I mean, Darren Waller is still there. If you were going to reach on tight end, at least reach on Darren Waller. Yeah, that's probably too high in my opinion for Dalton Schultz. There goes Lenny off the board at the 7-10. Do I want to grab a running back here? I could consider AJ Dillon. I do have AJ Dillon ahead of Aaron Jones. Do I want to go running back? Yeah, I think I'll lock up my RB2 here in AJ Dillon. Welcome to the squad, brother. Still a lot of players I like on the board at wide receiver. So we'll see what comes back to me. Yeah, I didn't actually recognize that Mills already went off the board at the 7-2. That's pretty early as well. You're not wrong. That is actually really early for Davis Mills. That's an oversight from me to not point that out. I mean, if you're in this tier of quarterbacks, probably just keep letting them fall. I mean, I'm not going to say a certain name, but there's still someone on the board that is worth way more than Davis. Jerry says, would you guys trade 23 second for Dotson? Would I trade a 2023 second for Dotson? No, I would rather have Dotson. He got first round draft capital, and we're gonna have an entire year to gauge his value. So I would much rather take the shot on Jahan Dotson. Duncan says, make fun of me if you want, but I'm a Mills truther. I believe, and every other quarterback is gross here. Okay, I can respect that you're a Mills truther. I just don't think that you needed to spend that high of draft capital. Davis Mills probably is going in 10th, 11th rounds. I could be wrong. And if you just want to grab your guy, you can grab your guy. But it feels a little bit too early for me for Davis Mills there. There goes Sky Moore. I was kind of in the back of my head a little bit hoping Sky would fall, but I'm not upset about that. Congrats. Thanks, Nathan. Kyle says, I don't think the Zeke pick is that bad. I just think there's a lot of other running backs I'm investing in over Zeke at that point. For myself personally, there's a lot of running backs that I would rather invest over him. All right, so I'm on the board. George Pickens is someone I'm considering here. I mean, Keenan Allen is still on the board. I should definitely consider Keenan Allen. Jahan Dotson was a top 16 pick. Allen Robinson intrigues me here. I've got 3 wide receivers already. I feel like I can't pass up on Keenan Allen here. At the 8-2, that feels like... I don't think Keenan Allen should still be on the board at the 8-2. I feel okay with that. All right, I'm going to try to keep up with the chat. It's going to be a little bit hard to keep up. You know, if you want me to respond to a question straight away, super chat's always an option. No pressure, of course. Let's see. Ronnie says, must be a Cowboys fan. Cade says, up next in my first ever Superflex Dynasty startup. Praying Watson falls to me at 17th overall. What the hell? How is Watson still available? Kyle says, Schultz is going to have one more productive year. Then you better hope he goes somewhere as a free agent. Ronnie, I actually think Zeke is going to be decent there. Don't understand the hate. I mean, so I don't feel like there's any doubt in my mind that this is a reach. Typically, I'll say, you know, hey guys, you know, you could see it a different way than me. And that's true. I will say that again. But to me, I feel fairly confident that this is a reach for Zeke here at the 6'10", especially with the other running backs that are on the board. Zeke already looked like he lost a step this year. He was already losing snaps to Tony Pollard. And what I've said before, which is what I'll say again, is I think this is more and more of a 50-50 split between Zeke and Tony Pollard here soon than a lot of people realize. Zeke getting older, he already looks like he has lost a step. That is not someone that I want to invest in. I would much rather have invested into Josh Jacobs, David Montgomery, maybe Fournette. He's a little bit risky there. I'm not anti-Zeke. I just think if it's going to take this a 6th round pick for me to secure Zeke, then I won't have him on any of my teams. He won't be on any of my teams. But I can absolutely respect if people disagree. Austin says, in Dynasty, how much do we factor in contract situations? For example, DeAndre Swift has 2 years left on his rookie deal versus Bryce Hall with 4. Does this push Hall over Swift for you? I don't think Swift or Hall are the wrong answer. I think they're both great options. What I will say is DeAndre Swift is, I think he's shown enough, and the Lions have shown enough faith in him for me to believe that he is a long-term part of their team. He's been there from the beginning. He's shown great flashes. They didn't really draft anyone this year to compete with him. I think he's going to be a long-term part of their team. He has shown me that he can be an elite running back in the NFL. So I think Brees and DeAndre Swift are in very similar tiers for me. George Pickens at the 8-8 feels like really good value, risk-reward type pick there. I like it. Yeah, we will switch it to 30 seconds on the clock at the 8-12. Yes, I understand that Zeke finished 7th last year, guys, but it wasn't very hard to finish in the top 7. Look, again, you guys feel free to disagree with me, but there's no doubt in my mind that the 6'10 is going to be worth a lot more than Zeke next year. And there's a lot of wide receivers I would go over Zeke there. There's a lot of running backs I would go over Zeke there. But I can respect your opinions, even though they may differ from mine. We are going to do 15 rounds. 15 rounds here. There goes Pat off the board. I still don't understand Darren Waller going after Schultz and more than a round and a half later. Yeah, that pick for Schultz is too high. Shout out to the 80 plus people watching the stream. Thanks for hanging out with me. Can we get to 50 likes? Could you help me get to 50 likes? Maybe with your help we could get there. Shout out to everyone who has dropped a sub today as well. We are over 1,500 subscribers now, which is unreal. I mean, we started this channel about 3 or 4 months ago. I can't remember, and the love has been awesome. So, yeah. What about that PCL, especially with the better O-line? Did the O-line get better? Did it really get better? Help me understand how Dallas's O-line got better, though. I don't think we can actually sit here and say it definitely got better. But to me, it's just he's not someone I want to invest into. Leonardo says, hey, man, could you rank Pickens, Dotson, and Bell for me? So that's relatively easy for me. I would go, as far as talents, it's Pickens, Dotson, Bell. But when I consider their landing spots, I think I would probably go Dotson, Pickens, Bell. And I think Bell is going to be a little bit overdrafted in a lot of rookie drafts. Yeah, Tyler Smith felt like a huge reach for me in the first round from the Cowboys. So if you guys think that Tyler Smith can be an impact player for them year one, then I can understand it. Hunter Renfrow, did he go off the board? No, I don't think he went off the board. But I definitely wouldn't take Hunter Renfrow yet. All right, trying to keep up with the stream. There's a lot of comments, though. So we see Juju fall to the 812. I think that's great value. I mean, Damian Harris at the 811. I mean, again, so it's all value based off of the pick. Would I rather have Hollywood Brown and Damian Harris, or also Christian Watson and Damian Harris, or would I rather have Zeke and D-Hop? Do you know what I mean? I think I would prefer Damian Harris and Hollywood, or Damian Harris and Christian Watson. So I'm not anti-Zeke. I just think I would like to let him fall. I don't want to draft him too high. Pat at the 9-1, I think is great value. Michael Thomas at the 9-2. We'll see if he can revive his career. A-Rob. I'm actually going Allen Robinson over Michael Thomas. If I have the option between both of them, I feel much better about Allen Robinson. I just don't know if Michael Thomas is ever going to be himself after that injury. And I would prefer to have Matthew Stafford as a quarterback. Cortland Sutton at the 9-4 is really good value. He probably benefits even more than Jerry Jeudy on that team. You don't really want to have Jeudy and Sutton, but you'll figure it out. Miles Sanders, then Brandon Cooks and Goddard. There goes Tony. And I don't know how to value Tony anymore, really. They got his twin pretty much in the draft. I just don't understand how they're going to utilize both of them on the field at the same time. Leonardo says this draft was so bad for the Pats. I definitely agree. Clyde says you guys put a lot of effort into this. You deserve the subs and have worked hard for them. I appreciate you, man. That's very kind of you to say. Yep, we are at 1,504 subs, which is awesome. Buy Apple Pie says I'd avoid Zeke too, but that Harris example wasn't the best. They're both a one-year deal. I'd bet Zeke outproduces him. Maybe, but I mean, who has a chance to get a 3-year contract after that? I'm not sure teams are really going to be looking at Zeke and wanting to pay him a bunch of money. There goes Pollard. And again, it's all value based off of a pick. If you're telling me I can get Pollard in the 9th or Zeke in the 6th, I'm a huge Pollard believer. So maybe this is where we see a difference, guys. But give me Pollard every single day of the week in the 9th round. All right. Not really a running back I want to invest in here. So I might go wide receiver. Actually, is there a tight end? I'm going to go ahead and grab Dawson Knox here at the end of the 9th round. I would rather kind of wait and bet on a tight end than spend early draft capital, unless it's Kyle Pitts that I'm getting. Let's see. Ronnie says, just traded CeeDee Lamb 201 and 209 for Elijah Moore, a 23 first, a 23 second, and a 23 third. I still have a 23 first in my pocket. Thoughts? Just got CeeDee Lamb, the 201 and the 209 for Elijah Moore in a 2023 first. So you got CeeDee Lamb and the 201, but you sent Elijah Moore a 23 first, second, and third. I don't know. I think I would lean the picks there. I love CeeDee Lamb, but I think I might lean the picks. Duncan says, the more time passes, the more I regret the Mills pick. Still love him, but was panicking about my quarterbacks and thought more quarterbacks would fly. That's why we mock, I guess. Exactly. Yeah, you're totally right, man. I mean, there's been no quarterbacks off the board since that point. All right, I'm going to take a shot here on one of these rookie running backs. We already saw James Cook go off the board, but how about Dameon Pierce? Lands in Houston. Hard to see a bunch of competition for him. So I'm going to go ahead and grab Dameon Pierce here. This is a risk-reward pick for me, okay? A 10th round pick. Not a lot of pressure to really hit. So I'm okay to take that as my third running back. A guy who I think has a chance to kind of step in and take that job. Potentially. Oh, shoot. We do need to change it to 30 seconds. Sorry, guys. I will now change it to 30 seconds on the clock, so we're not here forever. And I will resume the draft. Sutton or the 108. I think that really depends on your team. I think that's pretty good value for both, don't you think? Sutton, if you're in a win now team, I think he's pretty much set to explode this year. But if you're not a win now team, you know, the 108, you could probably get a guy like Olave or a guy like Sky Moore. So I think I lean the 108 unless I'm a win now team. I'll probably stick with Sutton there. Buy Apple Pie says, highly doubt Harris gets a contract to somewhere that the amount of stud running backs entering the league next year. Okay, guys, what we have to realize, it does not take a lot of money to re-sign a running back anymore. Okay? We're looking at Damian Harris and we're saying, well, is anyone really going to pay him money? What did James Conner get this year? He got barely anything. I mean, it doesn't take a lot of money to re-sign a running back. So don't be surprised if Damian Harris re-signs in New England or he gets a shot somewhere else. It is a really good running back class next year for sure. But you're going to see more and more running back duos. That's just how the NFL is going. And in the free agency this year, I'm just not so worried about him getting a contract somewhere. It does not take a lot for teams to re-sign players. Judy did go. Judy went at the 5-4. Kyle says, I tend to agree about Pollard later making more sense, to be honest. I think part of the reason I didn't hate the value of Zeke is I saw Chubb was gone already, and Chubb makes me nervous too. Yeah, I mean, Chubb is in a different tier for me. I would prefer Chubb over Zeke. But yeah, I can see how it makes sense. 423 says, I traded my 23 first round pick for Rashad Bateman last week. Have I won the trade? I don't think so. I love Rashad Bateman. but I'm probably keeping my 2023 first. That is a very strong class. I have Bateman as a top 24 wide receiver in my rankings right now, but I think I would, if someone was to send me a 23 first for Bateman, I think I would pull the trigger pretty easily. Just want to be honest. What's your thoughts on Michael Carter now? I'll say this. Michael Carter isn't dead, but his upside is significantly slashed. We're either going to see a J.D. McKissick type workload for Michael Carter, or we're going to see a Nyheim Hines type workload. I don't know which one it's going to be. He's going to have a role. It's going to be a lot of third down work, but his upside is significantly slashed. But I'm also not looking to panic sell Michael Carter either. It is New England, though. They never re-signed their backs. Have to keep in mind that the NFL has changed, guys. Again, I understand that New England doesn't re-sign backs. Maybe they don't re-sign Damian Harris, but also it doesn't cost much to re-sign running backs in the free agency market anymore. So maybe they don't, but another team would definitely take a shot on Damian Harris. He's a very good talent. Duncan says, ignore Wentz. Totally ran out of time. That's okay. I'm actually more okay with the Carson Wentz pick at the 10-11, you know, than I am with the Davis Mills pick, but I don't love it. I don't love it either, you know. JR says, I traded Judy for 111 and a 23 second rounder last week. He was my wide receiver 4. I'll be honest, we won't really know how that trade pans out until about midway through the season. Jaden says, hey man, I'm 14 years old and play soccer. I went out kicking with no practice and was hitting 40-yard field goals. Is that good? I love it, man. Hey, there's a good career for any kickers in the NFL. I like the John Mechie value, by the way, at the 11-7. I think that's a really good low risk, high upside type pick. But yeah, 40-yard field goal is insanely good. Well done, Jaden. All right, Adam Thielen goes off the board. Let me kind of have a little gaze at the board here. 15 rounds today. We will go 15 rounds. There goes Michael Carter. Yeah, I was actually probably going to consider Michael Carter there. But this late, I'm going to take a shot on Malik Willis. Give me Malik Willis this late. I'll take a chance. This is someone who before the draft was going in the 3rd rounds of startups, now in the 11th. I'll take a shot there. I mean, it's 11th round pick. Again, like rounds 10 onwards, I want to look upside. I want to look opportunity. I want to look potential. So I'm okay with that. Kicker is a great position as long as you don't mind pressure. That's true. Jasmine says I'm 6 and I ran a 4.12. Jasmine, put it on film. Let us see it. You're funny. Man, Calvin Ridley, that's a great pick too. Well done. Well done. Really good pick there. There goes Noah Fant off the board. I mean, maybe I draft Desmond Ridder as well here. I don't know. I mean, I could take a shot on him. Davis Price really intrigues me. I was kind of trying to highlight him before the draft. I'm glad he got good draft capital. But, I mean, there's some pretty good wide receiver value on the board still. I'm going to grab Christian Kirk here. He's probably going to fall into 130 targets this year. So I'll grab him as my wide receiver 5 here. I feel pretty comfy with that. And the more I draft from the 11 spot, the more I feel okay with it. I got a lot of 11 spots in our follower Dynasty Startup drafts. Which, by the way, next week, you'll see a lot of real drafts on our channel. A lot of real drafts will start streaming next week.
Oh, come on, dude.
There goes Ridder off the board. And if you do want to play in a Dynasty League, with our community, with us, I just pasted the link in the chat, patreon.com/fantasylandfam. So feel free to check that out. It's not only the Dynasty Leagues, you're supporting our channel. You're also getting access to a one-on-one chat service with us. You're getting access to a weekly live stream for Patreon members only, access to our rankings. So check that out. Feel free to. James Robinson at the 12-4. Little early for me. Yeah, I think I would probably prefer to take a shot on some of these other running backs over James. Jameis Winston is actually really good value. The fact that they didn't go quarterback, that's actually really good value there at the 12-6. I have to give it to you. Oh, you got autoed there, Justin. Make sure you turn auto pick off. 30 seconds on the clock. Duncan says, is the 303 Chris Evans and P. Ryan, 2 Mixon owner, a low ball for Carter? I have Brees. The 303 Chris Evans and P. Ryan. No, I don't think that's a low ball. They might view it that way, but no, I don't think that's a low ball. Am I grading these? Maybe. We'll see. Rod says, great channel and appreciate the interaction with the chat, making your subscribers feel involved. Good luck on growing your channel to greater heights. Well deserved. Appreciate that, Rod. Jameis locked in for 2 years. No rookie first next year. Yep. Justin says, my bad, guys. Went back to back in front of me. Oh, my bad. My guys went back to back in front of me and I was rattled. No worries, man. It happens. Ron the Dawn off the board. Then Brian Robinson. There is reason to at least lower expectations. All right, for... Is he going to be number 8? There is reasons to lower expectations for Gibson. Yes, there is. Based off of how Ron Rivera spoke about Brian Robinson, they really like him. And I'm not necessarily worried to own Antonio Gibson or to value him as a top 12 dynasty running back, but I do think his upside is limited. And Brian Robinson will be interesting. Shakira off the board at the 13-1. Tolbert's a great value there. Take a shot, why not? There goes Madison off the board. Everyone wants the grades. I might do grades. We'll see. Kyle says, you see Winston's pick to Tyreek in FCF football? No, I didn't. Jasmine says, tier 1 Brees, tier 2 Cook, then Rashad, tier 3 Walker. Oh, no. Oh, no, Jasmine. No comment. No comment here. I'm not going to start a fight. Hey guys, if you're watching, you obviously love Dynasty football. Otherwise, you probably wouldn't be spending time listening to my dumbass talk. So thanks for hanging out. Damn, I was going to try and take McBride. But thanks for hanging out. Thanks for, spending some time with me tonight. If you don't mind, show some love and drop a like for your boy. I'm going to grab Davis Price here. I do like Davis Price. Let's see if we can get to 60 likes. With your help, I think we can probably do it. And we hit 1,500 subs today. So thanks, guys, for hitting that subscribe button. If you do enjoy the content, consider it. Now that's a take. Jasmine says, Cook and Rashad, more upside than Walker. I don't agree, but I can respect the take. Kyle says, he threw right at him. It was really bad. Oh, damn. JR says, like your stuff. I'm going to do Patreon after stream. How's that work? Oh, bro, I appreciate that. I'll walk you through it here. I'll walk you through it here on the stream. So to anyone out there who is curious about Patreon, I think the first thing that you do need to know is that Patreon is a way to support our channel, okay? It's also a way for you to get some exclusives in return. as well as play in leagues with us. All right, I'm going to take Cole Kmet here. I was hoping he might fall. 15 rounds here. It's a way to unlock some exclusives like bonus live streams, our rankings, those kind of things. But this is what our Patreon looks like. All right, so when you go to patreon.com/fantasylandfam, there's a bunch of different tiers. The $5 tier is where you get the fantasy hotline where you can ask us questions and we'll give you advice. The $10 tier is if you want to play in a redraft league, or down here, you can also play in a Dynasty League. The Dynasty League does require a deposit just because we want everyone to be all in long term. There's nothing worse than, a not committed Dynasty League. And then Best of Both Worlds tier there is $15 if you want to play in a redraft and a Dynasty League. So it's a great way to support our channel, but also play in a league that people really care about. It's Kenny Pickett approved, my brother. But yeah, no, seriously, thank you to everyone out there who is supporting us over on Patreon. There goes Komet, Nico Collins off the board, Canewell, Patterson, Lazard, and Hunter Henry. DJ Chark, man, his upside feels a little bit slashed, doesn't it? But 14th round, I'm not saying he's the wrong choice, but it's just frustrating if you own him. There goes Matt Ryan. That's a pretty good pick there, to be honest. Some of these quarterbacks are definitely more valuable than the players that are going off the board. But also on that, JR, feel free to ask any questions you want. Feel free to reach out, DM us on Discord, or drop a comment, whatever. Drop us any questions. All right, so we got some people talking about the Kenneth Walker take. Ash K, what's up? I also do like the landing spots for Rachaad White and Cook, but I don't see them as the same tier of talent as Kenneth Walker personally. All right, last round here. Last round. All right, and I'm going to go ahead and start doing draft grades. I'll do draft grades for you guys tonight. It's really difficult to do draft grades on my own because I have to go back to back. I have to do 11 teams in a row, so it makes it really difficult. I'll do it tonight. It will be a condensed version, but I will do draft grades for you. Again, let's get on the same page for a second. These are my opinions. You might have a different opinion, and that's okay. All right, that is totally okay. But here we go. All right, 7, you got Josh Allen, Tua, and Daniel Jones. I like the quarterback room. I am in on Tua this year, and the 412 feels like great value for him. The wide receiver room is A.J. Brown, Jalen Waddle, Hollywood, Juju, Gallup, Shakira, oh baby, when you talk like that, and Donovan Peoples-Jones. That's a really good wide receiver room. Really good wide receiver room. Lots of depth. Lots of upside. And you got some truly elite guys on the team as well. The running back room, we got Cam Akers, Josh Jacobs, Ramondre, Melvin Gordon. What do we make of Ramondre Stevenson, man? I have no idea what to think about him after the running backs that were drafted to New England. But there's enough depth there for me. I would prefer to have a stronger third running back, but you do have to sacrifice somewhere. Then Pat Freiermuth is your tight end. I really like this team. Josh Allen gives you a huge X factor. So quarterback room, I like it. Wide receiver room, I love it. Running back room is okay. Tight end room, we're not elite, but we have a young guy that we can trust. This is an A- team for me off the bat. A-. I'm gonna make my pick here, and is my guy? I think my guy is already gone. I might take Brevin here. I'll take Brevin. All right, Duncan, team 2 here. We got Patrick Mahomes, Davis Mills, Carson Wentz. You know, we did talk about this on stream, but But yeah, I think at first you were saying, you know, this might be a reach, but I'm okay with it. I think then later on you probably, I think you said, yeah, this was probably a reach. This is why we mock. And I think now we can get on the same page as we look at the rest of the mock. There wasn't a quarterback that went after Davis Mills until Tom Brady at the 10-5. So I would say the 7-5 is too early for Davis. That could have been a really good running back. That could have been a really good wide receiver. So the Davis Mills pick hurts you a little bit there. I don't think you had to draft him that early in our community at least. Wide receivers, it's a really good wide receiver room. I would argue that Devonta Smith, I think Devonta Smith is probably way too high here. I need to figure out where I would rank him. But no, he's not way too high. That's an overreaction from me, but I just don't know. He was so unreliable last year. Now we're adding AJ Brown. I'm not so certain I want to take him this early. But as a whole, this wide receiver room is very good. This is a very good wide receiver room. You got Mark Andrews, so you're definitely elite at tight end. I'm gonna say this is a B flat, B plus team. I love your first 4 picks. Then after that, you know, there's a couple picks that make me feel like we could have got better value for the ADP, for the draft position that you took them. This is a B flat, B plus team for me. A couple things we could have done differently. All right, team 3, we got Herbert, Rodgers, Goff. I like the quarterback room. Ideally, we would take one of these rookies or just a younger quarterback that has a little bit more security than Goff, but it's not terrible having him as your quarterback 3. Our running backs are CMC, Zeke at the 6'10", Singletary, Algier. I'm grading it, so it is based off of my opinions. I do think Zeke was too early. There are other running backs on the board I would have taken over Zeke as well, including Josh Jacobs. So I just don't love the value of a 6th-round pick with Zeke. I think this time next year, the 6.10 in a startup is going to be worth way more. That's just my opinion. Wide receivers, we got Stephon Diggs. I think I am probably going T. Higgins over Diggs. I do love the contract, but T. Higgins is so young, connected to that Joe Burrow stack. So I probably would go Higgins over Diggs. I'm not going to dock you for it. Jameson Williams, Mike Evans, D-Hop, Allen Robinson, Jarvis Landry. So we have a pretty good wide receiver room. And then our tight ends are Gesicki and Albert O. I'm not sure what value these tight ends have. Albert O might have red zone value, but they also drafted a couple tight ends, if I'm not mistaken, in this year's draft. So I don't really know what to make of Albert O. Mike Gesicki, he was already struggling for target share with it being Devontae Parker. Now you replace Devontae Parker with Tyreek Hill. I think I'm probably taking a shot on someone like Njoku or Ertz over Gesicki personally, but that's just my take. And this just might be one of those teams where I just see things a little bit differently, and that's okay. But for me, quarterback room's good. Wide receiver room looks pretty good. Running back room is decent. I think I would have done different values for different picks. And I'm not in love with this tight end room, but you did a good job waiting late to go tight end. This is a B minus team for me. I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. Balzac Ertz. You got Burrow and Stafford as well as Matt Ryan. That's a really good running quarterback room. I like it. And Matt Ryan at the 14-9 feels like pretty good value there. I like that pick. Our wide receiver rooms, we got T. Higgins, Elijah Moore, Jerry Jeudy, Sutton, Bobby Trees, and OBJ. Love the wide receiver room. Don't love having both of the Denver wide receivers, but you can figure that out. And Sutton at the 9-4 is pretty good value. I'm not afraid to draft Elijah Moore, by the way, if anyone's curious. Nick Chubb, Monty, Kareem Hunt. Again, we got a lot of players from the same team. Not sure how you're going to address that. But it is a good running back room. I feel like your running back 3 and 4 are much stronger than a lot of other people's running back 3s and 4s. Tight end is Waller and Njoku, and you got both of them at really, really good values. So this is a pretty good team, man. Yeah, this is B plus A minus territory for me again. I'll probably put you A minus. All right, Casey, we got Kyler Murray, Trevor Lawrence, and Drew Lock. Running backs are Breece Hall, Travis Etienne, Miles Sanders, Chase Edmonds, who feels really high for me. I know we've had this discussion on the channel before, but I am not willing to spend up on Chase Edmonds. And for me, there's just other running backs I probably would have taken a shot on over Chase Edmonds there. I'm not convinced that he can hold that job down, or that he can even stay healthy if he was to get a big workload. But he's your 4th running back, so I don't hate it. Wide receiver wise, there are a lot of questions to this wide receiver room. Terry, Amari, Pickens, Renfro, Tolbert, and Chark. So it's not a bad wide receiver room, but I think it's far from elite at this point. Questions with Pickens. I think he could turn into a really good wide receiver. But there's not a truly elite top 12 guy on this team. Hawkinson at the 7.5 was pretty good value. So this is a good team. I'm going to give this a B+. B+. You guys have drafted really well tonight. All right, Justin. Lamar Jackson, Ryan Tannehill. I don't think there's enough here in the quarterback room. Love Lamar, obviously. I don't know what to think of Ryan Tannehill. I don't think he has very much job security. So I think this is a pretty weak quarterback depth. Wide receivers, we got Cooper Kupp, Debo, Garrett Wilson, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Brandon Cooks, as well as Rondale. I think it might be a little too early for St. Brown. I mean, I think I'm going Bateman over St. Brown, for example. I don't know where to place him at the moment, but it's a pretty good solid 3 wide receivers to start. Your running backs, I am going Dobbins over Cook in Dynasty, so I would have made that move. Mitchell at the 7.6. I think I'm okay with that. I'm okay with Mitchell at the 7.6, but I am asking myself, should I go Fournette? I don't know what to do with San Francisco running back room. Why did they use a 3rd-round pick? Aaron Jones is a good value where you got him along with Rachaad White. And you went late on tight ends, and I like the upside of Hunter Henry and Jelani Woods. So quarterback room takes a hit overall, Superflex. I would have done something a little bit different with the running backs. This is a B-flat team for me. FF Apple Pie, we got Deshaun Watson, Jalen Hurts, Jameis Winston. Really good quarterback room there. I can't dock you too much. Running backs are Swift, Dobbins, Kamara. With the Kamara pick, I do feel better about Chubb, personally, than Alvin Kamara. But I think they're very close. So I'm not going to say that it's the wrong pick. And then Isaiah Spiller, which is a nice, 4th round. We'll see, or 4th running back. We'll see what happens type vibe. Wide receivers. Yeah, it's safe to say this isn't an elite wide receiver room for sure. DJ Moore, Bateman, Ayuk, Bell, Mechie, Lazard. There's not, I guess DJ Moore is on the edge of top 12, depending on how you view him. They didn't really get better at quarterback, though. Bateman, I like the value for him. Ayuk, I'm not going to say it's not good value. David Bell feels like a little bit of a reach, but the fact that you got Mechie at the 11.7 feels like pretty good value. So it's an okay wide receiver room. It's not fantastic. Tight ends are Goddard and Smith. So I would say that this is a pretty decent team. A little bit weak at wide receiver studs. So this is a B-flat team for me as well. B7, EN, we got Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Kadarius Toney, Wan'Dale Robinson, and McCole Hardman. I don't get the Toney and Robinson picks. And to be honest, I think there's probably better wide receivers on the board than Toney at that point. I just don't know what to do with Toney and Robinson, and I definitely wouldn't want to start a Dynasty League with both of them on my team. I just don't know what to do with that. I'm okay with drafting one of them at a value, but I don't know what to do with both of them. Running backs, we got Javonte along with Kenneth Walker, Saquon, and James Cook. This is a really good running back room. Definitely a great running back room. Kelsey at the 7.8 is great value. McBride with the youth. You can let him sit for a while. Quarterbacks, we have Mac Jones, Tom Brady, and Matt Corral. So this is where your team gets a little bit weaker at quarterback. I mean, let's say Tom Brady has one more year. Then our quarterbacks are Mac Jones and Matt Corral. So I imagine you're probably going to be looking at the trade market in a year or so for a quarterback. But it's not a bad team. Mac Jones, not really a fantasy stud, but am I taking Mac Jones or Zach Wilson? I think that's a good conversation to have. I think I probably do lean Zach Wilson. I think his upside is much higher than Mac Jones. I don't hate the Mac Jones pick, though. So it's a decent quarterback room, but it definitely is the weakness of your team. I'm going to give this a B+. It's a good team. All right, Wishkey. We got Dak Prescott. I thought Dak Prescott was... I am still going to take Jonathan Taylor and Justin Jefferson over Dak Prescott personally, but I understand, you wanted to grab your quarterback. But imagine we could have started this Justin Jefferson and then maybe reached a little bit for Stafford. Maybe you like that, maybe you don't. Just a thought. Dak Prescott, Zach Wilson. Maybe we should have a third quarterback here. For depth, our wide receivers are CeeDee Lamb, Dotson, Claypool, Lockett, Thielen, Myers, and Boyd. So CeeDee Lamb's a great wide receiver 1. I love having him as that in Dynasty. But then we have a lot of question marks here after that. So not the strongest depth in our wide receiver room. But I like the Dotson value. Joe Mixon, Eckler, Henry, James Robinson, and Gainwell. I think you said James Robinson was a panic pick. And I think there was other running backs on the board I probably would have taken over him. But this is a pretty solid running back room for sure. The Schultz pick was too high. I said that during the stream, but the Schultz pick was probably way too high. So you could have gotten a really valuable wide receiver. Maybe you could have gotten a Keenan Allen, and then still had Jahan Dotson here. And then maybe you take Knox in the 9th round, or, you wait a little bit longer. I just think Schultz was too high. So this is another B-flat team for me. Jay Stump, you got Justin Jefferson, Deontay Johnson, Darnell Mooney, Gabe Davis, Russell Gage, Nico Collins, and Josh Palmer. Our running backs are Gibson, Fournette, Pollard, Michael Carter. Our tight end is Kyle Pitts. I like it. Our running backs are Fields, Carr, and Ritter. I'll say this. I like the value of where you got Justin Fields. Derek Carr feels like a really solid quarterback too. And Ritter does have some upside. Wide receivers. I really like Justin Jefferson. I'm not a big Deontay guy, but the value is good. And then I don't really know what to think about all the other guys on this team, wide receiver wise. I'm kind of indifferent on them. Running backs, I think Gibson was a good value in the 6th round. Fournette, probably good value. I love the Pollard pick. And Michael Carter, I mean, you kind of just waited on running backs to fall, and then you just took a shot on them. So I'm okay with that strat. And then Kyle Pitts, obviously, one of the most valuable positional players in Dynasty. So I would say this. If Justin Fields pans out, then you're absolutely solid. I'm going to give this a B+. Corey, we've got Trey Lance, Kirk Cousins, and Sam Howell. So it's pretty good at quarterback. Maybe Matt Ryan is a better shot in the 14th round than Sam Howell. At running back, we got Najee Harris, James Conner, Clyde Herbert, and Pierre Strong. Not the strongest running back 3. I'm not a big Clyde guy, so maybe I would have taken a shot on a Pierce or one of these other guys. But Clyde is still quite young, so I don't hate the value there. At least you're not taking him at the 7th round like some people were earlier on in the offseason. Wide receivers, we got Devontae, Drake London, Sky Moore, Mike Williams, Calvin Ridley, which was a great pick, and KJ Osborne. So I like this wide receiver room. I'm trying to figure out the direction of the team because I only want Adams on my team if I'm a win now team. But then we go and get a rookie in Drake London next, as well as a rookie in Sky Moore after that. Kittle at the 6-1. I don't dislike that value. I guess you could consider yourself a hybrid here. This is a pretty good team. I'm going to give it a B+ altogether. So I think I gave 2 A-, if I'm not mistaken. I think 7 was an A-. And then who else was the A-? Was it Team 4? Is that right? Help me out, guys. Who did I give the A- to? I can't remember who I gave the A- to. I know I gave 7 an A-. Who else was the A-? Was it Team 4? I feel like it was Team 4. Okay. So if I had to choose between these two teams. All right. I like the quarterbacks overall better on Team 4. Obviously, Josh Allen is the best quarterback. Wide receivers. It's pretty close, man. It's pretty close with this wide receiver room. Running backs. You probably have to give the edge to 7 here. Tight end, you have to give the edge to Team 4. This is tough, guys. This is really tough. I have to give it to both of you. So whoever Team 4 is and 7 Runge, congratulations. You guys are our mock drafters of the night. So huge love for everyone hanging out. Huge love for everyone enjoying the stream. I just realized that my dumbass never took my face off for you guys to see the picks here. But, oh well. I hope you guys had a good time. I hope you enjoyed watching the stream. If you have yet to drop a like, it would be awesome if you could show me some love and drop a like on this stream for us. But I really appreciate everybody who has subscribed today, who has dropped the likes on the streams, who has been, just really awesome. You guys have been awesome today. And we're already at 1,511 subs, which is super cool. But I will spend a couple minutes plugging a couple things on our channel. Okay. Firstly, patreon.com/fantasylandfam. I mentioned it before. I will paste that link in the chat right now. If you want to play Dynasty football with us, we have 6 spots open in our most recent Dynasty League, which is the Golf League. You can either choose the Dynasty tier or the Best of Both Worlds tier if you want to play in a Dynasty and a Redraft League. Not only do you get to play in a league with us, you're supporting our show, but you also get something called the Fantasy Hotline, which is a direct line to us for advice. You get the Patreon-only Discord benefits, as well as the live streams for Patreon members only. You get access to our rankings, and obviously you get to play in the league as well. You can also support for a smaller amount if you just want to show some love. We also have a redraft channel, and if you would like to subscribe to us over there, that channel will start to pop off more towards the beginning of the season, or 2 months before the season. We'll start making more redraft content over there. We finally got unbanned from Twitch. So if you want to follow us on Twitch, the Twitch stream is back. I'll paste that link there. Join our Discord if you want to be a part of future mocks, if you want a community to bounce ideas off of. A lot of people have conversations over there in the Discord. It's constantly popping off. So definitely join that. And Leonardo, we were banned because I was streaming the actual NFL draft on Twitch. So I literally had the draft showing with my face. And then the NFL wasn't happy about it. So we got the old ban. We were told that our account was terminated, but I guess it came back. Can you tell me where James Cook went in this mock? He went at the 8-5. James Cook went here at the 8-5. I'm not so certain that that's not a reach, but you guys tell me. I don't know. Feels like maybe a reach for me. I mean, I know Sanders has not really put it all together yet, but he's someone that I view as being underrated. And really, they didn't. I thought the Eagles would have drafted another running back. So the fact that they didn't, this team's going to be run heavy again this year. I think Miles Sanders is underrated. I don't think he will ever have a Joe Mixon type season, but I think we could see Miles Sanders could finish as a top 15 running back next year. It would not surprise me. It would definitely not surprise me. Jasmine, you also have James Cook as like your running back 2 in the class or something, so you definitely wouldn't see it as a reach. Is that Jamal Williams at the 5'3"? I don't think so. That's Jamison Williams. But that's actually funny. That's actually funny. Jay Stump there says there's at least 10 running backs I'd take over Cook, but that's just me. Buy Apple Pie says the exact same thing happened last year. They could run out no RBs and their offense wouldn't be any different. Yeah, we will see. We will definitely see. Still 60 people watching. Appreciate you guys. If you have yet to drop a like, maybe that could be the last thing you could do as we exit this stream. You could drop a like for us. Let's see if we can hit 70 likes. 60 people in here. Surely there's at least 4 people who haven't hit the like button. So go ahead and hit the like button for us. And actually, I know this is super random, but there's this game called Weddle, and one of you guys are the ones who told me about this. But if I remember how to play it correctly, okay, I don't want to do that one. Okay, so essentially I have to guess what player it is. Someone told me about this, and I did it once, and it was really fun. All right, so green represents a match. Yellow represents the correct conference, but not the correct division. Okay, so I'm going to guess any player right now. This will be an offensive player. Is Pickett in here yet? No, I was going to say that could be funny to start with him. Why don't we try Saquon Barkley? Okay, so that gives us a lot of information. So from what I can gather here, we got the wrong team, the wrong division, the wrong position. This player is taller than 5'11". They are older than 25. That's important. And their number is less than 26. Okay, so obviously this is an AFC team. Why don't I try an AFC quarterback then? How about we go Justin? Would this make sense though? Justin Herbert's not over 25. Okay, so that would be a bad guess. Okay, how about I go Russell Wilson then? Russell Wilson. Okay, it's in the AFC West. It is not a quarterback. I should have thought about the height. Okay, this feels like it's either... This is probably a wide receiver then. And the wide receivers in the AFC West. They're taller than 5'11". They're younger than 33, but older than 25. AFC West wide receiver, and he's not on the Denver Broncos. Maybe Keenan Allen. Maybe this is Keenan Allen. It could be Devontae. I'm going to try Keenan Allen here. Bang! Here we go! I like this game. This is really fun. All right, let's play the hard version. Now, the hard version, this is also defensive players from what I remember. Okay? So this is also defensive players. So I'm going to assume that it's a defensive player. And why don't I start with AJ Terrell? Let's start with him. Oh, okay. So it's in the NFC South. It is a defensive player, but it's not a cornerback. It's the get. Hey. Okay, Jordan. Hey, guys, we just finished the Dynasty Startup Draft, and now I'm playing Weddle. Okay, so this is... And I'm not looking at the chat because I don't want any... I don't want to get help yet. So it's not a cornerback. This player is taller than 6'1". Taller than 6'1". That means maybe edge. NFC South. NFC South. Oh, that's a really tall cornerback if he's taller than 6'1". He's older than 23, and his number is bigger than 24. How about Cam? How about... Oh, no, I picked the wrong... Okay, well, we know it's a linebacker. I was about to try and pick Cameron Jordan. I'll do it anyway. Okay, so it is on New Orleans, but it's a linebacker on New Orleans. I am not very good with linebackers. Who the hell is a linebacker on New Orleans? I can't. What's his name? Is Demario Davis a linebacker on New Orleans? Oh, I can't remember. This player's older than 32. I don't know enough about Demario Davis. Let's go! Bang! That's what I'm talking about. So technically, I should have gotten it in 3 picks. I just accidentally picked the wrong Cameron. Hey, there you go, boys. Hell yeah, let's go. Drop a like for your boy. Hitting it in the 4 picks. I wish you could just keep doing it because it's pretty fun, but I feel pretty hyped up about hitting that. I mean, is anyone impressed with me? Just myself? I mean, that's fine. I'll pat myself on the back. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out today. If anyone finds any more games like that, I mean, that stuff is hella fun. Should we do Wordle as well? Just for the lulz? I mean, this is already too long of a live stream anyway. So why don't we go ahead and do Wordle as well? I mean, YOLO. Wait, doesn't the Fantasy Footballers have something like this? What's theirs called? It's called Foodle. All right, let's try Foodle. All right, so theirs is pretty simple. I don't know if anyone's done this today, but don't spoil it for me. So, sorry, I just need some information again. Guess the football-related player or name in 6 tries. Okay, well, why don't we start with... So it's last names, right? Gibbs? Nope. Dang, you're pretty limited here. Is Wilson? Nope, that's 6. All right, you know, let's just get something on the board here. How about say... No, I'm an idiot. Okay. You know what? Let's just do Julio. Let's get something on the board. Great. Great. So there's no J, so there is an O. I'm struggling. I can't lie, I'm struggling. Why is this harder than the other one? This should feel easier. Tony Brooks Jr.? Imagine. Okay, so we know we got an R. So there's an R and an O. And that's where the O goes. I'm really struggling to even like think of names right now. You know, like when you're on the spot and you're like, damn, what are even some names that I could consider at this point? So we know that there's an R and we know that there is an O. Who could this be? There's an R and there's an O. And I feel like fantasy footballers will make it like a pretty well-known name. Don't you think? This is much more difficult. What do I even... Okay, R and an O. I feel like this is so hard because, like, how many players have only 6 letters in their name? An R and an O. An R and an O. Is Taylor? Oh, son of a bitch. An R and an O. You guys are probably commenting and just being like, this guy's an idiot. This is obviously what it is. An R and an O. Is an R and an O. Cooper. Oh my god. How about DJ Moore? Well, son of a bitch. But that's where the R goes. But there's not an E there. Okay. What about... No, this makes no sense. I didn't hit enter. Who am I telling? Who am I telling that? An R and an O in the name. An R and an O. An R and a... No, that's stupid. Dumb guess. An R and an O. I am flabbergasted. Like, this is hard. An R and an O. An R and an O, an R and an O. I feel hopeless. Is it not just like normal players? Okay. I mean, who the hell is this? An R and an O. Is it Carson? No, that doesn't make sense. Okay, I'm probably going to go to the chat for help here in a second. Because you guys are probably much smarter than I. An R and an O, like what the hell is that? R and an O. Bro, I don't know. Is it, are like kickers in here? Like what's the scope? I really want to get this on my own. No, it wouldn't be that. I'm giving up. All right, chat, help me. Gronk? No, it wouldn't be Gronk, guys. Because, all right, I'm officially asking for your help, okay? It wouldn't be Gronk because we know that the O and the R are in their spots. Everyone says we're dumb too. So no one's guessed so far? Okay, I feel better that I'm not the only one who's trying to figure this shit out. Has anyone played Weddle before? I've never played this. So is it just offensive players? Or is it also defensive players? Oh, there's also words. So it's not just names. Well, I didn't know that. I should have read that. Okay, so it also can be a word. Is it something stupid like score? Surely it's not. Well, yeah, that would be a dumb guess. Slower. What the fuck am I doing? Sport? What? The word was sport? What the fuck was that? Okay. Let's go to Wordle here. I always start with one word. Irate. Got a lot of vowels in there. Okay. Okay, so we know we have an R and a T, but we know we don't have an E and an A and an I. Okay, so what if it starts with an A? How about raw? Nah. How about roots? Okay. By the way, my goal isn't to get it as quickly as possible with Wordle. I am so dumb that my goal is literally just to get it. Okay. So the R is not there. The T is not there. The S, there is an S. There's a lot of useful information here, actually. So what if it's S-T-O? Is it storm? I was about to get hyped. Store? No, there's no E. Storn. Storge. Storf. Stored. Story. Story. Is it story? Bang! There you go, ladies and gentlemen. There you go. Is there any other games? I'm having fun. Is there any other games that I should play? I'm surprised there's still like almost 50 people watching with me. Yeah, no offense, Wordle, but that was really... Or no offense to the fantasy footballers. They're unreal at what they do, but... Sport. The word was sport. What is Q Wordle? Let's see. What is Q Wordle? What is that? Is this it? I don't want like something to be downloaded to my... Wait. I should have read that. Welcome to the quantum version of Wordle. Guess any of 2 words in the entangled pair. What? I already need to reread that sentence. Welcome to the quantum version of Wordle. Guess any of 2 words in the entangled pair in 6 tries. The 2 words is an entangled word pair. Never have overlapping letters. What the fuck does that mean? If you're guessing matches letters with exactly one of the 2 words in the entangled pair, you will see completely filled colored tiles. However, there's no indicator for which of these 2 words in the pair matches your current guess. If your guess matches letter across both words, you will see half the color filled for the whole guess. So it's 2 words? So you guessed 2 words. You guessed 2 words. Okay. So I guessed 2 words here. I'll start with the one I always guess. Okay, okay. Not bad. Okay, so R and A, and we know... Oh, but... Wait. This is hard. Okay, so there's no T there. Trace? No, there's no... Well, there could be an E. Well, wouldn't it be an E here? That doesn't make sense. Trade. Maybe. Okay, not trade. I am definitely not going to get this. Someone said trash. Maybe. Okay. I don't think I understand. Do I? No, you only have to guess one word. You only have to guess one of the words, but they are giving you hints for letters from both words. Okay. They're giving you hints for both words, and I have to guess one? Oh my god. Well, that's impossible. That makes it significantly harder. Damn it. I'm not going to get it. Fuck. Trips. The words were trips and beach. Oh my god, I got so caught on the TRA. Yeah, that one's really hard. TD says, shouldn't you be working on your rankings? I love it. Oh, if you're an NBA fan, there's a Peotle. That's funny. You know what? Screw it. I'll play it. Peotle. I should definitely be working on my rankings, but here we are. NBA player guessing game. You get green guesses. You get 8 guesses. Green in any column. Yellow in the team column indicates the mystery player at one point played for this team, but does not currently. Yellow in the position column. Okay. Okay. Okay, so it's obviously not going to be like a superstar. I doubt it will be a superstar. How about Patrick Beverly? Okay. Oh, wow. That's very useful information. It's the West, and it's a guard. He's over 6'1". I actually think I know who this is. Although, wait, is Andrew Wiggins... Is he a guard or is he a forward? He's definitely in the West. I don't think he doesn't play in their division. He's number 22. I thought he was a guard. He came in as a guard. He must have moved to forward. Okay, so West, and he's number 22, and he plays the guard position. This could be any player as well. Man, I don't know. He's younger than 27. Number 22. He's not in the Northwest. He's not in the Pacific. I need to bring up divisions in the NBA on another tab because I don't know those as well as the NFL. Okay, so he's in the West, but I want to see divisions, bruh. Okay, so he's in the West. He's not in the Northwest or the Pacific division, which means it has to be the Southwest division. He's a guard. I don't know these teams very well, to be honest with you. Is that guy Bane a guard? Bang! From downtown. There you go. There you go. Just like that. That's right, baby. I really thought it was Andrew Wiggins, but yeah, I like playing these games. I'm not gonna lie, these are fun. Well, guys, thanks so much for hanging out. We are actually 1 like away from 70. Whoever's gonna watch this live stream later is gonna be like, "Why is this live stream so long?" And people probably won't watch it. I don't really care. I do. I'm pretending I don't. Thanks, guys, for hanging out. Appreciate y'all. there'll be more live streams tomorrow. We might do one starting from tomorrow. And we will see you guys then. So, hiya, what you love. Enjoy the rest of your night, guys. See you soon.